Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Shushei game and I'm sorry for the bad quality on the stream here. He is currently streaming at 360p, which is not a whole lot. I set it to best quality, so it's probably a little bit higher, like 400, but it's not 480, so it's below 480 because if he streamed at 480 it would give me the option 480. So this is the best I can do, and I'm sorry about that, but that is just the way it is. So we're going to do one game, see how the quality turns out. If the quality is not good enough, then that is just the way it is, and we're going to go to another stream that has higher quality, such as Ocelot. No, people don't like Ocelot as much, but yeah, I still think he's a pretty decent player. He just, yeah, he's not nearly as popular as for example, Wicked, but Wicked also streams at very poor quality currently because he's in Korea. Yeah, together with the entire team, of course. So we have Alistar grabbing this red buff, which is not his red buff. So that is pretty awesome. And yeah, Soraka coming out to help him. So this is a Soraka, an AP Soraka, as you can see. She doesn't have any AP yet, but being Shushei and being a mid laner, it kind of tells you the story all on its own. And as you can see, going for that Q first, well, maybe not first, but really early at least. I don't know if you went silence or Q first, but yeah. Anyway, he has a lot of damage early game already, and yeah, I think he went E first, so the silence, because the silence is just very useful. But he will need to pick a level in that heal pretty soon, because he's taking a lot of tower shots, and that's typical Shushei. He is a very sloppy player. I don't think he's a really the best player ever, except when it comes to tournaments. Then all of a sudden he picks up his game and can play like nobody else. Well, that's not entirely true. Not like nobody else, but he is indeed a good player in tournaments. So yeah, some people do thrive in tournaments, and I guess he is one of those. Taking a lot of damage from Katarina there. Fortunately, his jungler is there to kind of make sure that Katarina doesn't mess around with him. And come on, get the heal. So he dodges the Q from Alistar, and Alistar, or sorry, Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is the first blood, but then yeah, he stays in way too close, and I guess still hasn't leveled up his heal yet, because he didn't heal, and they trade 1-for-1 at the tower after that. So yeah, he died for no good reason there, and well, he died because he took too many tower shots and because he stayed in where he shouldn't. So yeah, here we see level 5 boots. A lot of people have been commenting on my statement that level 5 boots aren't usually used in tournaments. And then they say, well, yeah, you had an Alistar and he used level 5 boots, blah 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 blah. Yeah, of course, a roaming Alistar can still use level 5 boots pretty efficiently. It's just that in some of these matchups we see like 2-3 guys going for level 5 boots, and that is just not good. Alistar can use the level 5 boot because he is Alistar and he is roaming, and yeah, it seems that Soraka is just happy to use health potions for sustain instead of her actual heal, even though that heal is of course very useful to have. But yeah, as you can see, leveling up the Q is really efficient. So I guess he will go for a level of E over a level of his W. Because the silence, or the infuse, however you want to call it, but the silence is a lot more useful for him at this moment, especially the damage on that, than the heal is, because he can heal up with health potions, no problem. So he did not go for the mana regen in the beginning, so didn't go for the Philosopher's Stone. Instead went for the come on, what's it called? Heart of Gold, And a jump there, and Rengar is going to make it out. That is Rengar, right? Oh yeah, he is going to make it out, but then jumps back in because he knew that he was probably going to get sniped by someone in the jungle. And he did make it out, I think. At least he had a chance to stay alive, because Timo already used everything, including his flash, and still couldn't make it work. Soraka doesn't have a movement speed boost, and Alistar doesn't have a movement speed boost. So, yeah, I don't think he would have been caught there. But hey, it's all about whether or not you dare to escape, or you think, well, it's better to attempt to get a kill. Of course, getting a kill on Soraka is not as easy as it seems, because Soraka is pretty good at staying alive, especially if she actually levels up that wow, those minions taking him very low, or her rather. Nunu comes in to absorb the damage. Yeah, Soraka definitely didn't want to run in there. She would have died so fast. So very well played there. Didn't run after him or after the Katarina, which is a her. So didn't run after her, even though yeah, that would have been the normal thing to do, but it would have definitely not been the best thing to do. Come on, E! No! You survived! Wow! Yeah, Cho'Gath got very lucky there. He says balls of steel, but he just got lucky that E didn't do a little bit more damage. So Nunu using his ultimate to push this lane, which is a fine use of that ultimate, because the ultimate from Nunu is pretty much useless until you get into team fights. Yeah, or if you get really lucky, but you should never just, well, go for luck. You should never have that as your yeah, as your main weapon. So yeah, once again, I'm sorry for the quality, but yeah, I really can't make it any better than it is. I mean, that's just because these people are for some reason no longer streaming on 720p or higher. I mean, I would normally go for 720 because that's what my YouTube videos are at, so having anything higher than that would just cost me a whole lot more hard disk space and not really make sense that way. But yeah, it's nicely done. Flash used for well, for getting that, but come on, level up your ultimate and at least use it. No, 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 no. So we are going for yeah, I guess just the normal strategy here again, which is get as many kills as you can while still well, ignoring the fact that you might die in the process, because that's how Shushei normally plays. He's really aggressive, but really, yeah, not very good at determining whether or not he's going to die. Some people are really good at that, and those are the people such as Double Lift. I will use him as an example because, well, his Vayne play is just extraordinarily good. At least it used to be. I haven't seen him play in quite a while. But yeah, he pretty much knew what he could do and what he couldn't do, and yeah, because of that, he got some amazing plays going. And Shushei just can't do that, or doesn't seem to be able to do that. He seems unable to calculate how much, or at least estimate how much damage someone will do, and therefore he will often just jump in, get a kill, and then give an assisted kill back. So yeah, and that's why he loses, because he will end up most of the times at least positive, but he will forget that those were all unassisted kills, and he gives away all assisted kills. And an assisted kill is worth about 60% more than an unassisted kill. So yeah, that's just not a good trade. So even if you go 5 and 3, then you will still be a feeder, basically. You will still give away more gold than you actually made from kills. So it's not all about the kills, it's also about how you play it. He's currently 3 and 3 with 2 assists. So yeah, that's okay, I guess. It's not great, but it's okay. Going for the Philosopher's Stone now, and has 3 gold items going, and that is really a build for the late game, meaning that at 25 minutes you will be able to sell all of them and actually, well, be left with some money. So up until that point, no, not entirely, until like 22 minutes or something like that, he will not have made enough money off of his gold items to make them worth it. But yeah, getting a very aggressive move there, and he goes 4 and 4, gets 1 kill, 1 assist. So this was a 2-for-1 trade in their favor, because the enemy team just completely towered off. And yeah, that's of course, sometimes that happens as well. When you just have to get lucky. So yeah, we're going to yeah, now walk into the bottom lane. Oh no, he's going for blue buff, of course, of course. I thought he was going for the river and then bottom lane, but or well, in the direction of the river. But of course he's just going to take up the blue buff, because that is a very good thing to have as an AP carry. And although Soraka is not a real, well, die-hard AP carry, she can still do pretty well. She can do a lot of damage, and those heals are going to be super powerful. Even though, yeah, he's not really picking up the heal at the moment. And he just picked up his ultimate, I think, at level 10. So, yeah, he agrees with me on that not every ultimate is worth it. And for example, a Heimerdinger ultimate I don't think is worth it. I think an extra level in either the rockets or the turrets would be way better than having that ultimate. And he apparently agrees, because he leveled up his E instead of his ultimate. So saying that an extra level in Infuse is better than an extra level in Wish, or a level in Wish. And of course the level 2 ultimate is better than or is good enough to take. That's the same for Heimerdinger, because that gives you 20% cooldown reduction, or 15, I think it's 15. So it goes from 10 to 15, and of course you get the slow, but yeah, the slow is not really useful early on. And yeah, well, my reasoning behind it is the slow is not really useful early on, because you're not getting chased if you play Heimerdinger in the correct way. You shouldn't get chased too much up until level 10 or so. And if you have the 10% cooldown reduction, yeah, that's not going to do a whole lot for you, because you're not going to have the mana for it. So yeah, this was a very crappy team fight for them. The enemies get out at very low health, and one of them was almost dead, the Blitzcrank, but he's no longer in here. He just, well, went back home. That's it. So yeah, you can see that, well, now the Nunu ultimate coming in, and once again, yeah, it doesn't do any damage, but it does draw out 2 flashes in this case. And the 2 flashes make it well worth it to use your ultimate, because obviously, well, that is what it's for. It isn't just to it's not just to do damage. If you draw out a flash, or in this case 2 flashes, that is well worth it. Same goes for ganks. If you gank someone and you don't get a kill, but you do draw out a flash, that is well worth it. In fact, you should keep that in mind, that that person doesn't have a flash, and gank them again a little bit later. when they don't have a flash, and that then works out perfectly. So after this one, I will do another stream, and then I will cast some games that I played yesterday. 1 or 2, I don't know yet. Because people seem to like me seeing me play and fail hard at this game, because I am definitely, well, just an average player. I am not a much better player than anyone else. So, yeah, just so we're clear how that works, people just send me like one game every, let's say, month. That's, I think, a nice average. I mean, there are people who send me more, but if you get one good game, a game that's actually worthy of casting or of sending to me in a month, let's say 1 in 30 games will be good then. So I don't play 30 games in a month anymore. So I generally just cast the games that are okay-ish, but not the games that are really good. Because I do have those too. I just don't have enough to fill the need for them. So obviously, yeah, well, these pro gamers don't even get good games every game. So that's why my own crappy games are always crappier gameplay, or virtually always crappier gameplay than other people's gameplays. Because, yeah, well, if you can select one game a month to send in, yeah, then obviously all of those games are going to be really good. But okay, Soraka coming in, getting the double kill here. No! Oh man, that was an excellent rupture there. And yeah, she's going to die now. Bye bye. There you go. And Alistar coming in. Alistar already lost his oracles. Oracle's elixir, for those of you who don't understand the term. Oracle's elixir is the pink potion that that you can actually buy to reveal wards and Teemo mushrooms and Twitch and Evelyn. Well, Evelyn is no longer needed, but still, you get the point. So there's a ward in that bush, and yeah, it seems that Alistar wants to get this steal on. And I don't know if he got it, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he did get it, but Rengar just kills him. And then your steal is kind of pointless. So double kill for the red team, but they are going to get a double kill back here. Oh, they may actually not. Ashe is going to get killed. No! Oh, she is still alive, but she will have to run out. No, Ashe dies to the Katarina. And Katarina is going to make it out. Blitzcrank also still alive. Oh, no, 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 no. This is not going to work. Wow, too greedy. So overextending there. Yeah, as I said, I've said that many times before now. In these high ELO games, and especially the Shushei games, we will see exactly the same mistakes that we see in the low ELO games. It's just that they're not as obvious. But it was pretty obvious that they didn't group up there. So that team fight was bad because they were all over the place. And they came in from 2 directions. So Nunu came in from the left side, and I don't know who died first, but the guy that died first, that was Alistar. Yeah, he came in from the right, and then yeah, because the enemy is between the two, they can just get one of them and then turn around and get the other guy. They don't have to focus, well, you can't do that if you're coming in from 2 sides, because, well, the enemies are going to either move left or right. If they stay in the middle, yeah, sure, you have a good chance of winning the team fight. The problem is that that didn't really work out for them. So they, the enemy team went right first, and then Nunu was way too far away, didn't get to do any damage until the Alistar was dead, and then they turned around and killed Nunu. And then the rest of the team was too far to the right to actually do something about that. Anyhow, he goes for a Magi Soul Stealer, so wants to send in the game to the monthly challenge, which ends today, so he's just in time. Let's see if he actually gets the the 10 stacks, because that is of course necessary. I got some games from people that actually didn't reach the 10 stacks. It's not part of the challenge then, guys. You had to reach 10 stacks. So yeah, the participation this month wasn't as good as the previous month, but I guess people have been busy, or people didn't like the challenge, or I don't know, something. Yeah, well, the surrender vote comes in, but nobody wants to surrender. I don't know who started that. It's either Timo or Alistar. I'm going to guess Alistar. He must be so far behind on items. And yes, we it's Alistar, yeah. So yeah, we are currently wow, so far behind that it's going to be really hard to get back in this. And yeah, triple kill for the enemy team, a double kill for Katarina. I don't know who that was. Yeah, that was Katarina. So, and once again they have some pretty nice protection going. Rengar just stealths in there and gets the kill on two of them. But yeah, I don't know who that was. Someone went pretty low. I forgot. Someone went pretty low, ran out, and they just had perfect protection, because the moment they wanted to run after him, they just died. I think it was Tristana. So yeah, she healed up now, but she ran to the top left. And yeah, actually got out safely because of that. So good protection is what the great teams should do. I mean, that's what people should do. And he's going to ult, yeah. Jump, no, not going to make it out. And wow, Alistar actually grabbing that kill. Yeah, Alistar, who shouldn't really grab those kills, but hey, he is the jungler, I think, at least. No, Nunu was the jungler. I don't remember, it doesn't matter. I think Nunu was the jungler. But it's all good. You can see from one of the score screens with what he pulls those up every now and then. And man, yeah, it's going to be really hard to come back, but it is possible, especially with a Soraka on your team. You should be able to stay alive for pretty long. And because she has a lot of AP, she actually heals for quite a lot. And wow, a nice flash there by Alistar. Gets out of this, the whole situations at once. Come on, 3 versus 4. Okay, now it's 4 versus 4. They of course knew that the rest of the team was on their way. I don't know where number 5 is for our team. Pretty sure number 5 on the enemy team just died. Well, they did get a kill, so I guess they died. Yeah, grabbing a whole bunch of minions, and now we're going back to defend the base, or no, to just shop. Okay. So I wonder what he's going for here. I can't see the number of stacks. The quality is not good enough. I should be able to see that. No. No, they should have just made a black number in there instead of a white number on a yellow background. That is just... what are you gonna do, right? Anyhow, yeah, not noticing that his Q lit up apparently, or he just wanted to jump in there. That could also be the case. But someone did a lot of damage there. Man, they're getting owned here. Even Alistar is not going to survive this because there is no turret. So there's really no reason for him to survive, or no way for him to survive. Even with the turret there, I don't think he would have made it. But Alistar has Shurelya as referee now. Age of the Legion for Nunu. And yeah, they're just going to attempt to kill the Nexus turret straight up. But yeah, decides that it may be better to just go for one of the side turrets, so one of the base turrets. The inhibitor turrets, I should call them. Because the inhibitor turrets are way easier to snipe. And yeah, here we go. Double Q and well, triple Q I guess, and he should have all of them. There we go. 3 Qs and you get the entire minion wave. And yeah, Soraka is really good at farming late game. Early game she's having some trouble most of the time because yeah, she only has that E and she has a pretty crappy basic attack. It's definitely not good enough to last hit as a support because yeah, you don't have any damage and it's pretty hard to deal with that. So enemy team doesn't have an oracles, it seems, because there is just vision there, and they are going to attempt to steal it but not manage to do so. Alistar dies instantly, of course, but that's the risk you take. And there goes the Teemo, and there goes the Soraka. So still voting no. Wow, he is 6 and 12. His team is 17 to what seems to be 41. It seems that it's 17 to 41, but 17 cannot be right. Maybe it's 27-41. Come on, pull up a tab. It could be 27 as well. The numbers are just too small, or rather the number of pixels is too small. I just can't tell. But it may actually say 17. Just because Soraka has 6 kills doesn't mean that the rest of the team has a lot of kills too. So yeah, the instant win there for for the team. It was just not a good game on everyone. Let's see the scores. So yeah, 18 to 42 indeed, and I couldn't see the numbers there because he immediately just clicked it away. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.